Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl, Outflower. Yeah, I know it's been such a long time. I felt it too. I've missed you. So I'm super excited to be back here. So if you know me, you know that I used to be a very shy girl with a terrible low self-esteem. But somehow I am evolving and becoming better. In fact, I have had the most I've had a really amazing and interesting season of growth and self-awareness and improvement, and it's been a very fulfilling and interesting journey for me. So I decided to share with you today on what I've titled A Shy Girl's Guide to Getting Gigs. So, of course, from the title, you will know that this video is for anyone who is battling with showing up, who does not think that they are good enough, and also for those that know that they have something to offer but are unable to go out of themselves to do it because of their personality type, because they are shy, or because they do not think that they are worthy enough. So, first of all, I know this might sound cliche and might sound like, oh, she wants to motivate us again. Oh, yeah. See this earth, see this beautiful planet that God has put together. He didn't put it for nobody. He did not put it together for any particular person to be out there, to be making it while another suffers, while another struggles. So there is room enough for you to explore all that you want to explore and be whoever or whatever you want to be, regardless of whether you are an introvert or an extrovert, whether you are shy, whether you currently suffer from a low self-esteem, whether your shyness has even deteriorated to social anxiety disorder, whatever it is that you are struggling with, this earth that you are in, that you are seated in, that you currently reside in, has room for you, has room for you, enough room for you to take up space, to do it silently, to do it loudly, to do it um, at your pace, to do it fast. There's room, enough room for you. All right. Having established that, I want to take you through step by step processes of how I have been able to improve myself. I am a sapiophile. If I come across you, the first thing, maybe not the first thing, because when you come across somebody, you do not exactly know how intelligent they are until you've had a conversation with them. But I'm a sapiophile, and what that means for me is I pay attention to intelligence. I love intelligent people, and I don't just love them, I've always desired to be an extremely intelligent person. All of those people that are top of the class, smart, confident. That's the kind of people I love. Those are the kind of people I love. Those are the kind of people I love to be around. Those are the kind of people that calls out to my soul. Those are the people I want to associate with. But unfortunately, I am not that person. I've not always been that person. The smart, witty, courageous. I've rather been the cool, calm, collected, figuring out my life, struggling with my academics kind of person, right? So it has always made me sad. You know how you know something about yourself and it just puts you in a very bad place. Oh, why am I not like this other people? Why am I not in this category? I said that to say that I am very driven by intelligence. So you can imagine how horrible it's been for me realizing that, oh, I don't even have the guts to even say my name confidently in class. To realize that I was battling, I had a lot of things that made me awkward and made me anxious, I lived in constant fear and anxiety for the longest part of my life. And it's a very not so good place to be, especially if you are ambitious. So I was saying that after I graduated from the university, it just dawned on me. I've always known that I've always known that this is not the life I wanted to live. But graduating from university, I just realized that, I need to now do something to break out of this life. It's not enough to complain. It's not enough to be sad. What do you want to do about it? I graduated from school in 2019. Luckily for me, COVID-19 happened in 2020. Um, you know, and that was like a breaking point for me because in 2020 I got to know about the power of the internet after attending a class by John Obidi, where I got to, listen to lots of amazing speakers, Olakunle Shurion, Yetunde Bakole Bernard, where they were saying things like, the late Ubon King. His session was the first session in that training I will never forget. And he said something about, he gave like analogies about like an eagle and about breaking forth. And I can't exactly remember. I remember that what the entirety of the teaching, but it was about being an eagle. Ubon King is that guy that would motivate you to jump off the window, fly as high as you can, never look back, never come down. It was very interesting. That training also exposed me to the power of the internet. So somehow the training, how the algorithm works, how it exposes you to the people that you pay attention to. So by finding John Obidi and following John Obidi, I started to come across lots of other amazing people. That was when I got to know about writing, that about know that Facebook is not just a place where you write content, where you post your pictures, and not just a place. People were writing, people were sharing their thoughts, and I decided to start doing it. I just somehow one day I was in church and I just got like how you're just sitting down while you're washing. You people say you get content ideas, you get eureka moments, and when you're washing or when you're taking your bath. I mostly get mine when I'm washing, but also when I'm just using my mouth. Honestly, when I'm bathing, I don't think that there's just one way. I don't think it comes in one way. It can come anyhow. But well, I was just sitting in church one day and I just had like this idea and I scribbled it down and posted it on Facebook. And people, commented, oh, Messi, nice. You know how when you start out, there are lots of encouragement. Oh, nice, you write well, blah, blah, blah. And that was why I started writing on Facebook and became exposed to a community that I really wanted to be a part of. People who were in the humanitarian space, people who were doing great work, people, public speakers, writers. I suddenly became exposed to all of them in 2020. And that has been like a turning point for me because by finding the internet, I realized that I do not need to be in anybody's face. All of the things I dreaded, I do not necessarily have to be in anybody's face. So it was just, writing. I could not even do video at the time. It was just writing. So I'll write my thoughts and I'll post it on social media and I'll run away because I don't know if people would read, if people would like, if people would comment. And I'll be bothered about whether or not it's getting the traction that it needs, whether or not people think, what I'll be bothered about what people think, what people's thoughts were, bothered about a lot of things, but I would still write because somehow people were leaving helpful comments and it was encouraging me. People that knew me would say, "Oh, Messi, Messi." Some people would say, "I'm not sure you wrote this." All of those comments, and at the time, they didn't make me feel bad. I just felt like, I'm doing something right. If you don't think that I wrote it because you know me in a certain way, that's fine. But at least I know that I'm the one writing all of these things. They come to me miraculously by the help of God because I didn't know how at the time. And it has, that was how I started moving forward. I started taking courses, started joining groups, started volunteering online. I would not see any volunteering flyer online and not apply. I would not see from online volunteering to physical. Got my first physical volunteering opportunity in December 2020 for December 2021, I guess. It was either Tiba 2020, no, Tiba 2021, I guess. Yeah, October 2021, I volunteered, and what I basically did was registration because I still could not really stand before people. And that was basically what I've come to talk to you today about, a shy girl's guide to getting gigs. How do you get opportunities? How do you get gigs as a shy person, as a person who is not very outgoing, not outgoing, who is not very outspoken, who is not very confident, who is still learning to develop all of these things. And one thing that I have come to learn is you get better by doing. Again, another cliche, but it's true. You get better by doing. I am a living testimony that you get better than doing. I can't tell you how many times I've been on stages shivering. Being on stages. There was a day I participated in this SDG. It was a conference and I had to give a presentation. I was on stage. at the start from the beginning I already forgot my lines. I was with my book, I was reading. It was a speech, it was not a I don't know what to say that you don't even have to use your book. It was a speech. I had my book with me, I had my notes with me. But to read it out was a problem. I later got myself together and read it out. And this was like 2 or 3 years after I had, started doing stuff. People were already getting to know that, oh, I do stuff. I go to schools, I talk to children very okay, very very well. But when I have to give a presentation, I would shiver, I would forget my lines. And I was walking as I was leaving the stage, I almost fell. Like my legs were wobbly until at some point I had to stand. You know how you're walking, you leave a stage and you're walking back to your seat. I had to stand to stabilize my leg so that I will not fall before I walked to my seat. People even noticed. Was saying, "Oh, I noticed you were so, but you still, but I did it." So that has been like what my life has been like, showing up, shivering, showing up, because I want to get better. I want to do life well. I want to do life big. I'm a very ambitious person. I am a very, very ambitious person. I want to do great work. I want to do great work. I want to leave my footprint in the sands of time. So I'm not here allowing anything stop me, right? So after beyond writing on social media and taking up volunteering opportunities, one thing I also did very well was send DMs. I think that there is nothing I cannot do behind my phone. So I started to reach out to people, to just reach out for opportunities, reach out, reach out, reach out. So sometime in 2020, yesterday Bankole Bernard was YVB made a post on her IG story asking for an EA. Never had an executive assistant knowledge, never done anything in the role, never. I sent her a DM. She said, if you want the job, send her a DM. I sent her a DM. She left me an email. We had a lot of back and forth. She said, "Oh, after the interview, she said, oh, I see that you don't have yeah, you don't have the skills for the role, blah blah blah." And then I left her a message and I said, "Oh, thank you so much for even responding to my message and the time to do the interview with me, blah blah blah. I know that I really do not have the skills, but I'll be here in case you have any other opportunity. Please feel free to reach out to me." And then she comes back and says, that she thinks she has like another something else that she thinks I might be able to do. So her organization needs a social media manager and I could take the role. She already had a team. She just wanted me to be part of them to learn and gain knowledge. And that was how I started working for the YBB company. And that opportunity exposed me to a lot. It helped me improve my writing skills, helped me with my Canva designs. One of the team members then was so helpful to me. She would put me through trainings on how to be better at my designs and all of that. And remembering that YBB is an identity coach, just being in her circle did a lot of things to my mind. And even after the job had ended, I remember the last conversation we had where she spoke to me about myself, about the things that she feel like I need to work on if I really want to do great in life. It was such an I remember entering the call and crying so bad. Crying so bad. If you know me, I love YBB so much. I love her a lot. Before I ever messaged her, I had stalked her so much on the internet. I was always going on her page to see what she had posted. I loved her picture. She always gave me this aura of, this boss lady aura. And I loved it. I am thankful for that opportunity. Um, the opportunity it gave to me to be close to her, to learn from her, to be part of her trainings that I could not afford at the time. All of those were very important to my growth, and I do not take it for granted. Um, some other person that has been instrumental to my growth is lovely Sheridan. If you're on Facebook, you know that maybe not recently, but I talk about her from time to time, how much of a blessing she has been to me, how much of a transformation my life has been. I mean, I got my first payment in dollar because I got to meet her. And how did I meet her? I seen a flyer online, and I think she was the only black speaker at that event. I can't exactly remember, or something. What drew me to her was the fact that she was black, she was bold. You know how you know how when you see a flyer, maybe there are speakers, even if you don't know the speakers, there's somebody that probably it happens to me a lot. Somebody just stands out to me, somebody that I probably would mentally look forward to their session because I saw them on the flyer, even though I don't know them. That was the case with Lovely Sherida. And I attended the training, but while she was about to speak, I had a low battery, so I just copied her name. I remember copying her name out before going off. And then when I powered my phone, I searched for her on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and then I saw her and sent her a friend request. And the message on Instagram saying, "Oh, I'm just a young girl from Nigeria and I'm looking to learn to become better. And I would like for her to be my mentor." So help me navigate because I'm in a very bad place right now. I don't know what's happening and blah blah blah. And she responds and says, "Oh, you know, she feels like the universe connected us and we're going to keep in touch." And that was how my work with Lovely Sheridan started. Since 2021, she has been an immense blessing to my life, from opportunities to work for her, to opportunities to earn, to the times we get to talk, where I get to share and listen for her feedback, and just basically watching her to see how she's growing, to see how she's see what she does, even when she's not speaking. Her life, her commitment to the work that she's doing is always speaking to me. So that was another person whose presence has been very instrumental in my life, because I took the liberty of reaching out behind my phone, hiding behind my camera. You might call it cowardice, but I call it bravery in a sense, considering who I am and the even the emotional turmoil I go through after I leave all of those messages. Because it's not always bread and butter. After I leave some of those messages, I have to go back and delete them because I feel, what if they don't answer? What if they don't respond? I'm agitated, I am bothered, I am stressed to the core. But all of these people that I have been reaching out to over time, it's not all of them that have responded to me. I've had a couple of people that I'll leave nice messages to saying, "Oh, I want to work with you, I would love to," and they will never respond. Or they'll just come and give a thumbs up and move on. And it will break me. But you know how they say time heals stuff? That's how it is. Even in the smallest of things, time heals them. In the smallest of things, the things that you think would break you at certain seasons, but they don't, time heals them. If you check, you'll see. If you check your life, you'll see stuff like the ache that comes from the fact that, what am I doing? Why am I leaving this message? Time heals all of it, every single one. So the best is best to go ahead and be and do with the ache than to stay back and suffer. I had the opportunity of working for MHYI to work for MHYI, and it has been a very beautiful opportunity for me. I found a big sister in Lucy Abeng. How did I get the role? I saw a flyer online, call for volunteer. Not call for volunteers. I saw a flyer online. They were having an outreach, mental health for youth, and I got the message and said, "Oh, I'm interested in mental health. Um, is there an opportunity to volunteer?" And she said yes. And I met with Lucy. And after meeting with Lucy that day at that event, opened doors to lots of other opportunities for me. All because I had sent a message to her even when they did not need they had no need of me at the time. So guys, the advice now is for you to go as hard as you can to do whatever it is you want to do. You can start behind your phone. Starting behind your phone does not mean you will not try to be better, outwardly when you have the opportunity to speak to people in person. But it just allows you start from a place of comfort while you plan to grow, while you're still growing, while you're still learning. So do not limit yourself. Do not stay wallowing in sadness, depression, and self pity. Try to do something. Try to act. So I'm putting myself on a challenge this month. Remember when I told you about the CS challenge I did some months back? This month, this year, not just this month, I'm putting myself on a challenge to get to meet one person at every event I go for. Say hello, ask them what they do, get to know them, because it's something I still struggle with. I still don't think that anybody cares about your hello, but people do care, and you need people. Your network is very important, so it's important that you are growing. So I'm going to be reaching out to people and saying hello, getting to know them, getting their contact, and staying in touch as much as possible. So you can also decide to put yourself on a challenge. You can decide to grow as much as you can. So thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave your thoughts, leave your questions, and I will be here to indulge you. Thank you so much. Till I come your way next time, I remain Wildflower. Bye for now.